I don't know if it gets much better than this. Texas high school football at Jerry's World, and it's been so much fun covering these games. This is actually the first time I've ever been to Jerry's World, and one of the reasons we've had so much fun today is because at 11 a.m. the Westbrook Wildcats went head-to-head with the May Tigers in the Class 1A Division I state championship game. Competing in a single Olympic event is a major accomplishment, but Tanner, he's competing in both the 100 and the 400 meter races, so as you can imagine, his workout routine is kind of crazy right now. Air It Out gives these young athletes the chance to be the best football players and the best people they can be. After finishing the regular season 7-3 with a 5-1 record in district play, the Abilene High Eagles earned the right to host a playoff game in the first round tonight against the El Paso Eastwood Troopers. Every Tuesday, Ethan comes to Hales Baseball Academy to get ready for that big all-star game he's got in November. While Christmas is still about 4 months away, to quote the great Andy Williams, it's the most wonderful time of the year because high school football season is finally here. The Wiley Little League All-Stars are on an absolute tear this summer as they steamrolled the competition in the district, section, state, and regional tournaments to earn their ticket to the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Coach, first win of the season, huge win for the program. What does it mean to get this one? Hawley controls their own destiny tonight because if they win district for the 4th consecutive year. Jim Ned and University of Texas alum Colt McCoy is expected to start at quarterback for the Giants against the Browns tomorrow night. Good evening, everyone. Week 1 of the Texas high school football season was filled with great moments, amazing plays, and dramatic finishes. So I thought tonight was a great opportunity to start a new weekly tradition, the BCH Sports Top 5 Plays of the Week. We go to number 5, Roscoe and Hawley. Jax Watts throws the deep ball downfield to Trace Gwelker. He makes 2 defenders miss and then races his way to the end zone. Hawley ended up winning this one 34-14. Number 4, the defending state champion Jim Ned Indians and Ballinger. Xavier Wishart takes it all the way to the house. He literally outruns the entire Bearcats defense. Jim Ned ends up winning this one 42-7. Number 3, Eastland versus Wall. Keaton Hicks finds Judson Beard in the back of the end zone for a beautiful over-the-shoulder catch. So nice you got to see it twice. Wall wins 28-21. At number 2, Cisco and Clyde. Hunter Long tosses it up to Case and Conring, who mosses the defender. Amazing play right here. Cisco ended up getting the win 49-7. Coming in at number 1 for your Dr. Pepper play of the week, we go back to Sandifer Stadium because in the Southtown Showdown, Wiley kicker Grayson Bearden hit an unbelievable 55-yard field goal. Someone needs to call Jerry Jones because this kid might be able to help out the Cowboys special teams unit. Shotgun handoff to who else? To King Thomas. He gets outside once again. He is the fastest man alive. Well, maybe not, but he does get this 48-yard run. Hawley versus Merkel. Austin Compton with the handoff. He's trying to score, but then Dayton Huggins comes out of nowhere, forces the ball out, and Ethan Abbott recovers in the end zone. That is a spectacular defensive play by the entire defense. Runner on 2nd and 3rd, Laramie Terrell pops it up, and the third baseman drops it. 2 runs come home to score on the play, giving the Lady Bulldogs their first lead of the game. The Stanford Lady Bulldogs pull off the comeback to win state 5-4. In overtime, it was all UCLA. And do you remember when Tom Cruise said, "Show me the money"? Well, there it is. Jamie Jaquez Jr. with the dagger, and that's all she wrote. Joey Gallo hits this one to the moon. It doesn't look like it's coming down anytime soon, but it does. It lands beyond the fence for his 11th home run in the last 12 games. Hickoff putting for birdie with a long putt here through the shade. It looks good, but it just rims out, and he has to settle for par. He can't believe it, and I can't believe it either. As the impressive season for the Jim Ned Lady Indians continues, the stellar play of junior guard Ashlyn Galvin can be traced back to her aunt, Becky Fisher, who is currently in a battle with triple-negative breast cancer.
I had 7 tumors on my lungs and to my liver. It had metastasized to my liver, and so I became stage 4 and considered terminal. And at that point, I was told I needed to go ahead and make my arrangements, and I was going to go fast.
Before each game, Galvin writes a little message on her wrist to make sure her family is there with her every step of the way.
I put P4B, and it's a play for Becky, and it's just like something to always remind me, like, I need to be thankful for every day I get.
She knows what the outcome potentially is going to be, and she just takes that and she takes it to another level of, I want to be this much better, I want to play this much better, I want to live in the moment. When I was 16, my dad was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer.
When I was 18, my dad passed away, and around that time, I placed more of an emphasis on playing sports to help get away and distract myself from the harsh reality of the situation. Ashlyn Galvin is taking a similar approach to playing basketball this year.
You could be thinking the worst whenever you're off the court, but once you step on that court and play with your team, like, you don't think about anything else except for the game. And it's really helped me because it's like relieved a lot of stress.
As word spread about Fisher's diagnosis throughout the Tuscola community, family, friends, and church members all stepped up to give Fisher and her family a vacation they'll never forget.
Within 2 days, they raised money and booked a trip to Disney World. I mean, people have been incredible.
It restored my faith in humanity. Turn around and you see all the goodness and the love and the compassion that's poured out by everyone who surrounded us and prayed for us and supported us. It really is, I mean, overwhelming.
Fisher says she's been following the success of her niece and the Lady Indians as they prepare for the playoffs, and even with her chaotic treatment schedule, she plans to go to as many games as she can. In Tuscola, Dan Booth, BigCountryHomepage.com Sports. After years of hard work, dedication, and a little bit of elbow grease, Hardin-Simmons University grad assistant Tanner Wright has qualified for the Paralympics in Tokyo.
The very first thing I just had was just relief because this is the biggest thing that we're supposed to work up to.
When he was young, Tanner was diagnosed with arthrogryposis, which severely limited the growth of his left arm.
What is on my left side of my body, this should also be on my right side. Worst case scenario, this should be what every single one of my limbs should look like. As far as I know, I'm one of the only people in medical recorded history to only have this disability in one limb.
Tanner says he would not be where he is today without the love and support of his family, who've allowed him to be himself while competing, despite the odds being stacked against him.
I'm very extremely grateful just to have a great family on my side, especially my mom, who's very emotional towards any little thing I do.
Tanner actually has taught me more as my son than I could ever teach him as a mom. Witnessing the determination, the perseverance that he has gone through and demonstrated for years and years, it's just amazing.
Competing in a single Olympic event is a major accomplishment, but Tanner, he's competing in both the 100 and the 400 meter races, so as you can imagine, his workout routine is kind of crazy right now.
Tanner's probably the hardest working athlete I've ever met. He's always here, he has his own schedule, and he's early to his own stuff.
Which takes a level of discipline that a lot of people don't understand, so that's not just nutrition, that's literally sleep. You have to drink enough water. It's all of these things that it takes to make a good athlete.
While he's in Tokyo, Tanner will have the opportunity to inspire and impact the lives of people all around the world by showing them that dreams really do come true regardless of the cards you're dealt.
That's honestly the reason why I even do track in the first place. It's just to set an example.
He wants to show anybody, able-bodied or not able-bodied at any age, that you put in the work, you put in the effort, the discipline, and you can get to your goals.
For BigCountryHomepage.com Sports, I'm Dan Booth. Even though Ethan Eder has Down syndrome, he doesn't let that stop him from playing America's favorite pastime. Ethan's love for sports has helped him travel all over the country, and due to his skills at the plate, this fall he's playing in the Miracle League All-Star Game in Houston.
Everyone can play baseball, whether you're in a wheelchair or a walker. Ethan made some of his best friends at Miracle League. You can go and feel safe and at home, and the person beside you knows exactly what you're going through every single day.
Ethan's got some serious pop in his bat, and according to his family, that comes from the drive to be better than his older brother, who's a hitting instructor at Hales Baseball Academy. Ethan's been playing since he was 5 years old, and when I asked him if baseball was his favorite sport, he said,
"Nah, basque."
He's definitely a way better hitter than I ever was, but I think, me being older kind of was like, him being the little one was like, dude, I want to be better than him.
Every Tuesday, Ethan comes to Hales Baseball Academy to get ready for that big All-Star game he's got in November.
It's a joy to be able to do it and work with him, and I see him improving every time he comes. He wants to be good. He wants to get ready for this All-Star game. He puts the effort in. He's going to be ready, and there's no doubt.
We can continue with our love of baseball by having a place where he can go and feel safe and feel included. Sometimes that's hard to find as a special needs mom, and we found it here.
Owner of Hales Baseball Academy, Tyler Hale, says Ethan is an inspiration to everyone at his facility, and he thinks a lot of people can learn from Ethan and the joy he gets when he steps in the batter's box.
It's bigger than baseball. When you have special needs playing the game of baseball, which so many of us love, it's just like an added bonus that he gets to enjoy the game a little bit longer than most of us.
God has blessed him in abundantly in certain ways to where he can still play the game. And so I always teach my kids, God doesn't love baseball, God loves people who play baseball. And that's Ethan.
For BigCountryHomepage.com Sports, I'm Dan Booth.